Hey, Shalom. Shalom. This is Nathaniel from the Holland Camp. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakudash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders of Great Millstone that teach in whom, among many other things, Salakia for that. And I want to give peace and salutations to the elect that are scattered abroad the four winds of earth, out there pushing truth and sincerity. Shalom. So I pulled up this article, just making a video about this, and Satan would allow me to pull up the video, which is right here. You see the inside story is Donald Trump giving a voice to white supremacists, and it wouldn't let me upload it. So it's just Satan at work, doing his thing, trying to hinder the word. But these prophecies are going to be fulfilled. Now the thing that I want to bring up is concerning the race riots which are to come. And this video is just basically a reminder, all right, a reminder of who your enemy is, okay? Because you got a lot of our people thinking that these so-called white people, which really who they are is Edomites, all right, are your friend, but they're not, okay? Now the Spirit led me to come to this article right here. I was looking it up. I wanted to read it again just to go through some things. I don't know why, but it led me here. So the invention of the white people. Now, if you actually go into the invention of the white race, it actually goes into the date where they created it. All right, and you can read right here, but the part right here says there are no red people. That's a lie because there are. Okay, it says there are no red people, yellow, brown, blue. Okay, there are brown people and there are red people. There are different shades of brown. Okay, and there are people with different shades of red. Okay. So don't be confused because you got to pick out the bones out of from the meat. To get to the meat, you got to pick the bones out, right? You know what I mean? So that right there, I read it kind of picked at my nerve a little bit, but it is what it is. These fucking devils, they are who they are. They want to act like they're for you, but they're really not. But as I was reading down here, okay, I went into this right here. Now I'm gonna play it. You're busy, right? I'm gonna play it. This got a stupid ad. I'm gonna play it just for a brief moment, and then I'm gonna go to something else. Now this video that it came to was about 2 years ago when this did occur, but it reminded me, okay, who's leading the country, so-called America, which is known as Babylon, all right, and who's ruling it and what he's about. And this is just a reminder of who your enemy is, because these race riots are coming, all right. So I'm gonna play this really quick, and then I'm gonna play another video as well on YouTube. You're busy, right? That's why our show puts in the work to keep news simple. So if you're on the go and want to know, start here with Al Jazeera.
Is Donald Trump giving a voice to white supremacists? The US president's been widely criticized for his reaction to the Charlottesville rally by right-wing extremists. Trump's critics say he's siding with Nazi sympathizers and further fueling racial tensions. So where is America heading? This is Inside Story. Welcome to Inside Story. I'm Sahil Rahman. Race relations in the US are causing yet more fury and soul-searching and raising more questions about Donald Trump and the president's apparent support for white supremacists and neo-Nazis. Critics are appalled at his reaction to the violent protests on Saturday in Charlottesville, Virginia. A protest by the Unite the Right movement turned ugly, and a woman was killed when a car plowed into the crowd. Trump has blamed both sides for the violence, leaving many Americans, including his own Republican Party, speechless.
What about the alt-left that came charging at the, as you say, the alt-right? Do they have any semblance of guilt?
This is
Slow
Senator
down.
McKee.
Let me ask you this. What about the fact that they came charging with clubs in their hands, swinging clubs? Do they have any problem? I think they do. So, as far as I'm concerned, that was a horrible, horrible day. Wait a minute. I'm not finished. Fake news. That was a horrible day.
Well, racists and white supremacists are making it clear they feel emboldened by who they see as an ally in the White House. For the mother of the anti-racism protester killed when a car rammed into the crowd, it's just the beginning of her daughter's legacy.
I think the reason that what happened to Heather has struck a chord is because we know that what she did is achievable. We don't all have to die. We don't all have to sacrifice our lives. They tried to kill my child to shut her up. Well, guess what? You just magnified her.
Con. So you see that right there, right? Now this is just a reminder, okay, to our people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites, who your enemy is. All right. And the racial tensions, of course, from then was already getting much more higher, but how is it today? Now, this is just a reminder of what's going to happen here soon. Because a lot of our people, the 2/3 of our nation, a lot of y'all, man, believe in Esau, man. You truly believe in Esau, man. All right. So right here, I run into this video as well, just to, because you got to do your research. You just can't see something really quick without a date or whatever, and what occurred and when did it, you got to go more into it, So I picked up this video real quick. I watched it, and I'm also going to play it real fast as well. This is only 3 minutes and 23 seconds, so just bear with me for a moment.
Speech from President Trump brought an angry response from demonstrators in Phoenix. Dozens of protesters confronted police after last night's speech. Some of them threw rocks and water bottles. At least 4 people were arrested.
The president came to Phoenix for a campaign-style rally. He threatened a government shutdown over his planned border wall and hinted that he would pardon a former sheriff who is facing jail time. The president also accused the media of misreporting his response to the violence in Charlottesville, Virginia. Chip Reed is in Phoenix, where at one point the president misquoted himself. Chip, good morning.
Good morning. I've covered a lot of President Trump's rallies, and I don't think I've ever seen him this angry. At one point, he pointed directly at the media platform, the dozens of cameras and reporters who were there, and called us bad people and sick people. He still had anger left over, though, after that. He went after Democrats and the 2 Republican senators from Arizona.
I hit him with everything. I got the white supremacists, the neo-Nazi, I got them all in there, let's say. But yeah, KKK, we have KKK.
More than a week after the violence in Charlottesville, President Trump was still chafing over criticism he was slow to call out white nationalists.
So what did they say, right? It should have been sooner. He's a racist.
He claimed the media incorrectly reported his word.
He wasn't specific enough. Why wasn't he more specific?
Attempting to prove his point, the president spent nearly 25 minutes reciting several passages from the statements he made after the incident.
We condemn in the strongest possible terms this egregious display of hatred, bigotry, and violence. That's me speaking on Saturday.
But the president left out important parts, including one critical section.
Display of hatred, bigotry, and violence on many sides. On many sides.
Mr. Trump also directed his ire at his fellow Republicans.
Please, Mr. President, don't mention any names. So I won't.
Without naming them, the president singled out Arizona Senators Jeff Flake and John McCain, who cast the deciding no vote that sunk the health care bill.
We were just one vote away from victory after 7 years of everybody proclaiming repeal and replace. One vote away.
Senator Flake, up for re-election next year, has criticized the president publicly.
Nobody wants me to talk about your other senator, who's weak on borders, weak on crime, so I won't talk about him. Nobody knows who the hell he is.
President Trump strongly suggested he will pardon Arizona Sheriff Joe Arpaio, who faces 6 months in prison for ignoring a judge's order to stop racial profiling during traffic stops targeting undocumented immigrants.
I'll make a prediction. I think he's going to be just fine, okay?
The president even threatened a government shutdown over funding for a wall on the Mexican border. He blamed Democrats for blocking funding for that wall and said, one way or another, we're going to get that wall. Bill?
Thank you, Chip.
Hey, what the hell is this, man? All right, so you can see it right there, man. You know, things are going to get a lot worse than what you already been. But this is showing you, all right, this is showing how Esau really is. Your top leader, so-called top leader, all right, which is just a puppet, Donald Trump, Donald Dump, all right. He's showing you who he's about, man. He ain't about you jakes, man, all right. And there's gonna be a race right here coming soon. Why? Because we're in the beginning of sorrows, okay. Because when things start to pick up, which already are due to this COVID-19, all right, the coronavirus. You know, the lack of food, you know, the companies shutting down. There's already talk about, you know, a lot of businesses, small companies and stuff like that are gonna go bankrupt, man. They're gonna be shut down. All right, so things like that happening, you're gonna see a lot of robbing, looting. You're gonna see a lot of things gonna happen here very soon. All right, so I'm just gonna jump into it real quick and get into it. This is Matthew chapter 24, and I'm going to start at verse 6. All right. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. So the things that we hear as far as wars and rumors of wars, you know, World War III, all right, which is that main war that's about to happen here very soon, is, you know, a rumor right now, right? But you also got rumors of Pakistan, you know, Pakistan fighting against India, America against Russia, you know, so on and so on. All right, these things are happening before your eyes. All right, see that ye be not troubled. So the fact that we see these things occurring, we shouldn't be troubled. All right, for all these things must come to pass. These prophecies need to be done. All right, in order for our kingdoms to be established upon this earth. All right, which is going to be ruled by righteousness. There's not going to be no more war. All right, but the end. Yes, lucky. But the end is not yet. So the end is not yet. All right. For nation shall rise against nation, which is the race riots. You know, and this is just a reminder. Yeah, it was 2 years ago, but you saw what Donald Trump was talking about. All right. It's just a reminder to, refresh you who your enemy is. And kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. Now, do we not see that? You know, in different parts of this world, you know, Venezuela as being an example. All these are the beginning of sorrows. So these are all the beginning of sorrows. All right? These are the beginning of sorrows. Now the point is, why I wanted to bring that out, was it Sirach chapter 12, verse 10, never trust thy enemy. And who was our enemy? Esau, Edom. All right? Other one. He is our enemy. All right, talking about these so-called white people. Okay, they are not your friend. They are the wicked upon this earth. Rather you want to hear it or forbear it. All right, and you saw Donald Trump, the way he was talking. All right, sticking up for that sheriff, which was racist as hell. All right, showing you know who he's about. The MAGA has make America great again. How was America great to begin with? It was from you Israelites, you Hebrew Israelites, which are so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. We have made America great by hardcore bondage. And they want to bring that again. All right? Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. You know, and Esau being our enemy, they might seem like they're righteous people, you know, because they do good acts in front of the people, but behind closed doors, they're the ones that are committing these atrocities. All right? And you know what it's talking about, for like as iron rusts, so is his wickedness. Because, you know, a piece of metal, just because you clean the rust away and stuff like that, the rust is still there. It's gonna come right back, you see? So it's embedded in them, within their soul, alright, which they are fucking soulless people, alright? They're not upright in themselves, okay? They're a profane people, okay? Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, okay? He, you know, scriptures talk about that. His words are smoother than butter, but in his heart was war. Okay? Yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass. And thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. You see? So, you know, a looking glass, you know, is like a magnifying glass, for an example, right? And you can see that the rust is not all there, gone away. And that's Esau. He might seem like he's a righteous, good people or whatever, and they're civilized. These people have never been civilized since the time that they came into power. You could read that in Maccabees chapter 1, verse 9. Okay? Since he came into power, like they always try to tell you in the Greek Empire was the beginning of civilization, but that's false. Okay? Because you had other civilizations before the Greeks, which were much more mightier and better. But they all the kingdoms that were upon this earth had a beginning and have an end. Okay? So when Esau came into power, they said, yeah, this is the beginning of civilization. No. Wickedness has multiplied upon this earth. Okay? Why? Because these people are just pure wicked, man. It might seem like they you know, because they subdued the earth underneath them. So now they boast this image as that they're these holy, harmless, innocent people. But the only thing that they've been doing is rape, robbing, and murdering the whole earth, man. All right. And that's why I'm just, you know, I just came, the Spirit told me, yeah, just make a video about this, because it's important to remind the people the times that are coming. All right, we in the times right now of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15. Now I'm going to start on verse 14. And it reads, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Okay, woe meaning destruction. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. Okay, the sword meaning a weapon. You know, a sword is not made to butter your bread. It's an instrument of death, okay? And one people shall stand up and fight against another. So you're going to see these race riots occur, okay? And swords in their hands with weapons, okay? So you're going to see race riots happening right before your eyes here very soon. All right, a lot of people think, yeah, it's not going to happen. You see people chilling together. But wait until the hard times really occur, when there is no jobs, when the grinding ceases, okay? The doors are shut, all right? And there's no food, okay? You're going to see the true nature of these Edomites, okay? And they're going to do all kinds of things. They're going to band together as well. Well, you know, they're going to, of course, they're going to fight against each other as well, you know? You're going to have the Egyptians fight against the Egyptians, you know, according to what it talks about, that if Satan cast out Satan, how shall this house stand, right? Of course. But this is, I'm basically touching the part where the times that we're coming to, you know, there's going to be a race riots where you're going to have different races of each nation band together, okay? And they're going to be fighting against each other, right? For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, in the course of their action shall stand in their power. You see, so there's going to be a time where the government is going to be overthrown. The powers that be are going to, you know, it's going to get that bad to the point where, you know, you're not going to see no police officers. You're not going to see no FBI agents. You're not going to see no military. You're not going to see anybody out there. And guess what? All hell is going to break loose. And you're going to see race riots right before your eyes. All right? So this is just basically a reminder, all right, the times that we're in. And, you know, from before, of your so-called leader, you know, there in Babylon, what he's really about, you know. And that's the same thing also here in Europe, you know. All these devils, you know, that are in rulership, just understand, all right, that the times that we're in. These race riots are going to happen here very soon. So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai, Ba'asham Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that teach and rule well among many other things, and peace and salutations to the elect that are scattered abroad in the four winds. Shalom.